Shit.
Quite frankly, I'm sickened to have this individual infiltrate my headspace.
Yeah, easy cats. Hold on to your midweek Wednesday hats. You're locked on the Mad Woman Shit Sessions on Cutter's Choice Radio. The UK's unofficial isolation station.
Easy cats. My name's Benny Fonzarelli. I started Cutter's Choice Radio in 2011 with my good friend Charlie. And it's been like, I always wanted this thing to grow organically. And it's been like an acorn in the ground for 9 years. I've been keeping and caring for it, been watering it every week, doing my Mad Woman Shit Sessions. And now it seems like we've got all these great DJs on board. That is the roots spreading out. And when you get the roots spreading out, it ain't long. You get a mighty hug. I work as a hospital porter in a hospital in London, and doing the Mad Woman Shit Sessions every Wednesday to me was like, I don't know, it's like a therapy. It helped me deal with the normal amount of death and disease that I have to see every day. Just putting that show together once a week and producing it, it's like a little vent sort of thing. But when COVID started, that amount of death and disease that I had to encounter every day, like, was massive. And the fear that people were going through, the fear that, you know, all my colleagues were going through, that, you know, I'm so glad we had this came up. And we got to do this. It's helped me a hell of a lot. I know it's helped the other guys, but the other people who have been involved in Cutter's Choice, the listeners and the DJs. Yeah, you know what I mean? When shit gets real, the realer shit gets, the more you want to get out of it. Cheers. Yes, like Country Cockney was the first one to get involved. And I've got to tell you, that man is a force of nature. He is something to be reckoned with. He turned this radio station around from a once-a-week fanny around into a 24/7, fully functioning isolation station.
You're listening to Cutter's Choice Radio.
Check, check. Good afternoon, one and all. Country Cockney back again, usual time of 2 o'clock. It's my lockdown throwdown, live on Cutter's Choice Radio. I go by the name of Country Cockney. Very imaginatively titled because I am a Cockney, originally from East London, and now I live in the country. So yeah, a bit of genius there. I've been DJing for nearly 30 years, and yeah, Cutter's Choice Radio. I've known Benny for a while, through his brother Ches. Me and Chester both roads used to DJ on a station called New School Breaks, or NSB Radio as it's now known. I was on there for about 5 or 6 years as part of the Your Sound System, and Chester used to DJ on there with West Ham Dave, and they was the Irreverent Sound System. So yeah, come to today. Like I said, I met Benny a few times from being out and about, and he asked me to do guest mixes for Cutter's Choice and told me about it and asked me to come and do a show and whatnot. And I'll be honest with you, although it was tempting, I did kind of power him off a little bit, which I've obviously gone completely full circle on, because since the lockdown he asked me again, and I thought, all right, I'll give it a go, I'll jump on, try and kill the boredom and do a show. This is my setup. So yeah, we'll start off here. Obviously a bit of a vinyl collection. Did have a hell of a lot more than this, but I ripped a lot of this up into digital format so that I could play it all through my software. This is my baby. So this is the Pioneer DDJ 1000 controller. It's a 4-channel controller, and it's based on the Nexus setup. So effectively it's like 2 CDJs and a 4-channel mixer. The jog wheels are full size, which is unlike a lot of the controllers out there, and that is all running through my iMac. So the way I have this set up is, like I say, it's all in one unit, and then when I do my show, I open up my record box there, I open up my web page there, I'll split it off so that I've got access to all my record box, and then I've got the chat room open as well. So as you can see, we've got everything there, and that's all set up and good to go. And then, like I say, I'll do my show through that. I've got my mic set up there as well. It's an AKG mic. I used to talk on a mic very, very rarely during the other show, and a couple of times I did, I got told I sounded like Mr. Bean or worse, so I kind of had what I like to self-describe as microphobia. So yeah, that's my setup, and yeah, that's where the tragic happens.
It's the Freedom Sound on a Saturday. How we doing out there? Right, this is the Freedom Sound, myself, Chester Bothwells.
Like I say, I'm Chester Bothwells, CBW, Cutter's Choice Radio, the Freedom Sound. All manner of different sounds going there. I generally try to look for the rebel music though, you know, the rebel music is my thing. Stuff that gets under the skin of the man, you know. And you know who the man is, right? Motherfuckers.
Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
So yeah, I just finished my radio show. It was good. I enjoyed it, you know. I always do. I always have done. Played a lot of singles, you know. That was my plan today. I don't know. I don't really have any plans, to be honest. I just think, right, what am I going to play? Dig about, find them. Got through them. Look. Big chunk of them. I hope some people enjoy it, you know. I enjoy myself. That's the main reason I do it, you know what I mean? And if people want to tune in, enjoy it, that's more fun for me.
Oh, whoops, forgot that was open. Yeah, okay, right. Hi, I'm Hubie, and I present the Hubie Sounds Lock-In on Cutter's Choice Radio. I live in South London with my wife Angela, and I've been DJing for about 20 years now, give or take. And I've been doing radio for almost as long, but I took a break from it a while ago. And when lockdown kicked off, I was a bit of a loose end, didn't really know what to be doing with myself. I was quite keen to get back into doing radio or something, but I didn't really know where to begin. And unfortunately, Chester happened to just get in touch just at the time and said, hey, do you want to get involved with Cutter's Choice? Got a really cool little community going on, but we want to build up a bit, you know, build up the DJs and that sort of thing. And I was like, yeah, man, let's get involved. Sounds wicked. So in the just over 2 months that I've been doing it, it's been brilliant. I've seen the little community grow and grow. It's been lovely to see. Been making lots of new friends, reconnecting with friends I haven't talked to in ages. And yeah, everyone's kind of sort of been able to keep in touch and just build up that kind of community vibe, which has been really, really good for everyone, I think, especially under sort of these weird circumstances that we're all in, don't really know what to do with most of the time. So it's myself included. So it's been good to, you know, have some kind of normality and social sort of interaction with a whole bunch of people. Anyway, I keep all my music organized right here on my computer using a record box. It's awesome, really, really good. I have like a bunch of playlists for all my different sets and stuff, and this one is my Hubie Sounds one for all my Hubie Sounds shows. So I just go in there and I create a different one every time I do a Hubie Sounds lock-in on Cutter's Choice. So, for example, here is the latest one, which weighs in at just under 8 hours long, so I need to whittle it down a little bit to squeeze into the 2 hours, but you know, it's usually doable. But yeah, that's basically what I do. And then of course, all of that just gets dragged onto one of these, which is awesome. So, you know, no more lugging around record crates and that sort of thing. Sort of saves your back. Yeah, that's about it, basically. Yeah, cool. Nice one. Right, I'll see you later. The kind of music I play on Hubie Sounds Lock-In is pretty much anything goes. So far I've focused on house music, breaks, techno, disco, hip hop, funk, soul, Afrobeat, all sorts of things really. I do like to play just basically anything that I happen to like, and I'm going to be sort of doing that in a few weeks' time in a more eclectic way. When I'm hoping to do a sort of a Glastonbury special, which is going to kind of, I suppose, be like a virtual festival where we kind of go from stage to stage, listening to whatever random stuff you come across, and that's basically the sort of the ethos of Hubie Sounds. That's kind of what I do, just whatever goes. So yeah, I just like to take this opportunity to say a special thanks to Chester and Benny and Jerry and everyone else at Cutter's Choice for getting all of this going, because it's just been brilliant for everybody, I think. And building up the community so quickly. It's just gone from strength to strength. And of course, a special big up to everyone at the NHS and all the key workers for doing an incredible job. It's just been amazing during this pandemic. I don't know how they do it. So big love to all of you. We really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully we'll see some of you in the Cutter's Choice Radio chat room sometime soon. So big ups, everyone. Take care. Cheers.
I am Les, aka as Rolex Tharsis. I'm currently based in the Joyous Southwest, down in dear old Bristol. By day, I do exciting data analysis and project management malarkey in the IT world. But on a Wednesday evening, an amazing transformation occurs as I host the Rolex Lockdown Extender on Cutter's Choice Radio. So the idea of this show is it's just a really eclectic, absolutely all over the place, kind of anything goes really, but it does have a bit of a strong emphasis towards the noisier and more unusual end of the spectrum. When we started doing all the lockdown shows and working out like the schedule and everything, I said it was a bit like someone reversing a malfunctioning clown car through everyone else's exciting, talented DJing shows.
So this is the rather shonky setup for the Rolex Hour of Power, but it does the job. So we've got one quite knackered old laptop running Serato, out of which the noises come, one standard issue Cutter's Choice Radio microphone, one Newmark Mix Track Pro with big headphones, no monitors, so all the sound comes through there, booze, one monitor showing us the chat room so we can see all the lovely people out there. Sneaky work laptop doing the broadcast. Shh. And then as we turn around, the inspiration.
Hi everyone, I'm DJ AJ. I do the Odd Job Mix Up on Thursdays, 7 till 8, and it's a real clash of all the sort of tunes that I picked up over the years, various things from around the world. I don't really have a set genre, but generally pick out a couple of tunes that I like, some that maybe I just bought, and then just fit others around it. I spend all week just slowly building up the show. It's only an hour, but I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I've been with Cutter's Choice for about 5 weeks now, as this is being filmed, and yeah, it's been a revelation really. It's really helped get me through the boredom of lockdown. Also means get to hang with some pretty sound DJs on the chat, and obviously a good crowd in the chat room as well. Right, I'm going to show you the setup now. It's pretty straightforward, won't take us too long. Here you got the decks. You've got as well down the end here little set list so I don't lose my place. Down here you got the right down here you got the route A, route 1. That's what I'm planning to play. Over here you got routes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and beyond. The other things that I might end up playing, who knows yet.
You're listening to the Shakedown Live with Low Definition.
Hi guys, Low Definition here. I've been with Cutter's Choice Radio for about 2 months now, playing mainly house, deeper side, tech, progressive, that kind of thing. But my real passion's drum and bass, and every third Saturday of the month I like to play a drum and bass session. I started DJing back in the mid-90s for a club called Taste. Got picked up by a club called God's Kitchen and played there for a year. Moved to Brighton in my late 20s and started playing clubs down there and making some records under the name Luke DeVille, Low Definition and B-Lister. Had a couple of Beatport top 10s in the breaks charts, which just shows how fucking terrible the music must have been back then. But yeah, and then sort of fast forward to now, I got back involved with the music scene again within the last sort of 6 months, and Jerry, the country cockney, asked me if I wanted a show on Cutter's Choice, and I snapped his hand off. So yeah, it's exciting. It's a great station. It's full of great DJs. The thing I love about it the most is you'll just pick up music you've never heard before, styles you'd never usually listen to, and it's all amazing. There's some fantastic eclectic DJs, some great dance DJs, anything from old school to breaks, drum and bass, deep house, tech house, party house. There's just so much good music, and the chat room is amazing as well. Our listeners are fantastic. We're building numbers all the time, and it's just a really exciting project to be involved with. So yeah, big love Cutter's Choice, and I'm really glad to be involved.
So my name is Brett King, also known as Fleabag, and I do 2 shows on Cutter's Choice Radio, which started during lockdown. Super exciting because it gives me something to do. In terms of Cutter's Choice, I think without it, it would have been very difficult for me to just be at home. I need a lot of stimulus. I would have DJ'd anyway. I would have been just practicing and playing just for enjoyment, putting mixes on Mixcloud. But Cutter's Choice has given me a lot of focus. So it's Friday, which is the first of my shows. And tonight I'm doing a Bedrock label special, which I'm really excited about. Bedrock's been a great part of my life over the last 20 years.
Yeah, you are listening to the Fleabag Sessions. This is a Bedrock label special, people!
How did I get into Cutter's Choice? I'll be honest, I'm not the most social person, but I've DJed for a long time and my wife is very good at staying connected. So when it was started, a few of the DJs I used to play with reached out to her and asked if I was interested. I naturally jumped at the chance. The ability to just throw yourself into something new whilst you're at home 24/7, I'd have been a fool not to. And it's been great. We're now 9 weeks into it. And the shows have really helped to keep me busy, focused, give me some stimulus outside of just working. My family becomes part of the show. My son is known as MCE on Cutter's Choice. He's even been part of the jingles, the early jingles that go out there. So for an 8-year-old, that's pretty cool. Another big part of the show for me is my wife, Lutastic. She, as I said, she's the social one. So you'll find her in the chat. You'll find her promoting the show a lot on Facebook and Instagram, which is really nice. So she definitely plays to her strengths when she joins me on these things, which is nice. And she also gets to party for a couple of hours with me whilst I'm DJing, which is fun. It's nice to have somebody in the background dancing, because DJing digitally to people, it's kind of different. You've got no feedback in terms of whether people are dancing, whether or not. You've just got the chat, so you hope. Lou gives me a good barometer of that, so big shout to Lutastic there.
I'm Nico, known as Dolly Coin on Mixler and Cutter's Choice. Back in 2011, I stumbled upon Cutter's Choice Radio. I'd had a Mixler account for quite some time, and I just so happened to log in on a Wednesday and came across Benny's show. What I really loved about what I heard was that he played a real sort of diverse mix of music. You could tell he really sort of knew his stuff about music, and I really kind of enjoyed his DJing style. What I also particularly was impressed with was the fact that he also had quite a lot of up-to-date stuff. So there were new artists on there and new bits of music, which was really, really interesting. Now, moving forward, I have obviously continued to sort of listen to Cutter's Choice, but over lockdown, I have obviously had more time to do so. And it's been absolutely brilliant having all these different types of DJs on there, loads and loads of different types of music. I mean, one area that I'm sort of a really big fan of is drum and bass. And there's also sort of some old R&B, soul. There's been all sorts. It's been really, really impressive. And it inspired me really to then think about trying to put like my own sort of set together. So I approached Benny and asked him if it would be possible for me to do that, and he was really cool about it and let me have a go. So I've done a few shows and I've really, really enjoyed it. I've found that it's been really inspiring to kind of get back into music, get back into putting some stuff together and actually doing something creative. So I'll definitely really, really look back with a lot of fondness to this sort of time of lockdown, really down to Cutter's Choice.
My name is Tom Frethos and I host the Beats, Bass and Rhythm show on Cutter's Choice Radio. You are tuned to the Beats, Bass and Rhythm show, going out live on Cutter's Choice Radio. I have been doing my show live on a Monday night, but alongside my love of music and DJing, my day job, I am a producer, writer and recording engineer. Beats, Bass and Rhythm kind of describes the music quite well. I'm really fortunate. I get to work at home in my studio here, so my experience, apart from not being able to go out and queuing to get into the shops, like my kind of day-to-day life hasn't really changed that much, but the effects it's had on like music, the music industry, particularly the live music industry and events and venues, like has just really been like devastating. The musical landscape is just so different to what it was 3 months ago. It's just crazy. However, musicians and DJs, we're a resourceful bunch, and people just find new ways of doing things. And one of the big positives that's come out of this, I think, is people have just been going back to their roots and doing a little bit like just doing what they love. And you know, if what you love is writing, it's been a great time to stay in and write music. If what you love is going through your record collection, your music collection, and putting together a radio show, then it's been a brilliant opportunity to do that. And it's been great. Like Cutter's Choice Radio has been, it's almost been like a bit of a reunion actually over the past 3 months, because there's so many DJs on the station who I've been involved with at some point over my DJing career. People who haven't seen or haven't played with for quite a long time. You know, we're all part of this Cutter's Choice Radio family, all doing our own shows. And I love getting to hear everyone's music again. You know, it's like stuff like DJs which used to play with years ago. I haven't heard play for a while. I get to hear their record collection. You know, so it's been really good in that respect.
This is Eddie O'Toole, aka Papa Max, kicking off with some Pam Tonight, Blow the Cobwebs Off. That was the Automatics. This is the Real Kids. It's Eddie O'Toole, aka Papa Max, in the home setup. So we've got the traditional 2 decks and an untraditional setup to the left with the mixer. This setup. Yeah, I've still been working full-time through lockdown. My girlfriend lives with her mum, who's high risk, so I haven't really seen my girlfriend since March. I've definitely spent more time just listening to music, and you know, I usually turn the music on before I turn on the light switch. It's been weird. I do miss DJing at a pub and meeting up with all the mates, but then it kind of feels like you're in a bar when you're in the chat room with everybody on the Cutter's Choice message board. You know, it's nice to check in with everybody, and everybody seems like they're all going through the same thing and just having a good time despite it.
I'm Damien, or Damo. Do the Mo Beats experience on a Friday night, 9 to 12. I play drum, bass and old school on alternate weekends. Been DJing here on the Isle of Man for 30 years. Putting on raves, club nights, parties, playing at festivals. I run my own bathroom installations company. I've been back to work for 2 weeks now. We've got a bit different over here on the Isle of Man. We appear to have it under control. So I've been back for 2 weeks. They're starting to ease lockdown on shops and everything now. So it's a bit different over here. Got involved with Cutter's Choice Radio through Jerry, the Country Cockney. He got me on board. Known Jerry for 10 years or more. We've never met, but you know, we speak often on online. Cutter's Choice is a great outlet. The listeners are always there. They're knowledgeable. The chat room is always full. I'm buzzing to be involved, to be honest.
It's you and me and the devil makes three, motherfuckers. It's Cutter's Choice Radio. They've gone from 1 day a week to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 2020 has been terrible. But at the same time, it's been goddamn great for Cutter's Choice Radio. My name's the motherfucking MAP. You can catch me on Cutter's Choice Radio live. What day is it? Thursday. That's right, Thursday. From 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern, or 10 to midnight over there in England. I'm your bastard son from the United States. Benny Fonzarelli calls me the wild man of the Northeast Georgia mountains. My wife calls me a bastard most of the time. My daughters call me Dad. You can call me Harry Nuts if you're fucking nasty. When you tune in, you never know what you're gonna get. Never. I go from classical to power noise, hip hop to country, and everything in between. I'm not going to show you my studio back there because it's subpar. A lot like my talent. Therefore, I am thankful to you, Mr. Benny Fonzarelli, for allowing a man like me to join the family of friends here on Cutter's Choice Radio. Thanks to everybody else, all you know who you are, who make this station go every fucking day, all day and all night long. I've been doing radio for 8 years as of this month. Middle of October 2012, I started out. Middle of October 2020, I'm still fucking kicking it. because of you. That's right, I'm talking to you, goddammit. You, the listener. You make it happen. We wouldn't have a fucking radio station if it wasn't for you. You, goddammit, the motherfucking listener. I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna give it to you fucking raw. Every goddamn time. Ladies and gentlemen, you should be tuned in to Cutter's Choice Radio all the goddamn time. And if you're not, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? God damn it. Hey, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Drink your glasses to the bottom. Smooth. Smooth. And cheers to a whole lot of years to come. Cutter's Choice is here to stay. And it's me, and you, and the devil makes three, my friends.
So, October 2020, we've been running Cutter's Choice Radio 24/7 now for over 6 months. And, yeah, it looks like maybe we could be going back into lockdown. I don't know. We don't know. The government doesn't know. Nobody knows what's going on at the moment. But we're going to keep going. This is the way we're running. And we'll say big thanks to everybody who's been involved in Cutter's Choice Radio over the last 6 months. Big thanks to all the DJs. Big thanks to everybody who's listened, and big thanks to everybody who shared the link, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to keep building, and we're going to be here forever.